Good evening. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. I want to start off by thanking every county election official and poll worker for their extraordinary efforts in carrying out yet another free, fair, and secure election in Pennsylvania during the continuing COVID-19 pandemic. I also want to thank all of the Pennsylvanians who exercised their right to vote in this municipal election. While today marks my second election as Pennsylvania's acting Secretary of State, it is actually my 40th election since I began public service over a decade ago. I know how much work and preparation elections, administration, and operations take, and I can say confidently that Pennsylvania election officials are among the best at what they do. To all of you who I know had a very long days leading up to today, and who are now making sure that each vote is accurately counted on behalf of the Department of State and every Pennsylvania voter, thank you. Thank you. I am happy to report that today's election in the Commonwealth went well, and we had no major or widespread incidents to report. The Department of State answered, the team answered more than 788 calls to the Commonwealth's voter information hotline today. So we responded to and monitored 76 issues, which is just slightly more than this year's primary and consistent with the 2020 primary and both elections in 2019. Again, there were no widespread or unusual issues, but there were some of the same isolated issues that are seen in every election. For example, there were several reports of electioneering inside polling places. Several polling places did not open on time. One county, Montgomery County, filed a petition in the Court of Common Pleas to extend polling place hours by 1 hour in 4 precincts that opened late. And there was also an e-poll book issue in Lehigh County. In cases where voters filed complaints with us, we have directed those to county election officials, and the counties are following up with those voters. So I also want to thank our partners at PEMA, as well as county election officials for their diligence and hard work in making sure voters could safely go to the polls. As we have said, tabulation of election results will take time. We are providing up-to-the-minute information from both in-person votes cast at polling places and from mail ballot tabulation now going on in most counties. Vote totals for the statewide judicial races can be found on our usual results site at electionreturns.pa.gov. Counties are committed to counting votes as quickly as they can, but their priority is and must be to accurately and securely count every single eligible vote. The Department of State is committed to providing Pennsylvanians with up-to-date and accurate information as the counting continues. And as a reminder, these results are unofficial until they are certified later this month. I again want to thank county election officials for their hard work today and over the last year. The counties have done an amazing job rising to the unique challenges of the past several years. Thank you to all the county election workers who made today successful. And thanks also to poll workers and our election partners, including the federal and PA Departments of Homeland Security, PA DMVA, the PA State Police, the Office of Information Technology, and again, PEMA for their hard work today and how they support us in every election. And now at this time, I will be happy to take any questions.
Surrounding this election, especially compared to this time last year, and why that might be?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So this is a municipal election year, and we typically see lower participation, lower turnout. So that's one factor. Another factor would be that in 2020, not only was it an intense election year, but also the counties were conducting an election with new voting equipment and new election laws that were passed in 2019. From a bipartisan legislature. This is the fourth election with this election that our counties have conducted an election with those new voting equipment, as well as now having had experience, certainly with the new election laws. And we think that voters too, not just the counties, are more prepared, because they lessons learned, so they're perfecting their processes. But our voters are also getting used to voting with no excuse mail voting. I mean, to the tune, I think that, over 700,000 ballots have been returned thus far, and those numbers are as of earlier today. And so we believe that those numbers are going to increase because voters had up until 8 p.m. tonight to return those ballots. So for just, those reasons alone, yes, it was a very smooth election.
Since it's just me, this is kind of focused on Harrisburg, but we were talking about the write-in campaign for mayor, and I was looking over the laws. Could you clarify if somebody spells it wrong, it doesn't count, or is there a process to correct that, to cure it?
Right. Yeah. So the local officials they're the individuals who will be doing the canvassing, of those returns, and that process can't start until really on Friday, so 3 days after Election Day. So they will be looking at those ballots, the write-ins, to make sure that they find an eligible voter to allocate those write-in votes to. As to their specific processes and what they're looking at, I can't comment on that at this time. We can certainly get back with you to make any clarification on if spelling will be an issue.
Thank you.
Thank you. Right? All right, thank you. So we will be canceling the 11 p.m. Press conference, so certainly please continue to check our election returns website for further updates and any additional information. Okay, thank you.